Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here. Today is the first day, the kickoff of the Heartfelt Make-A-Wish Charity with Fat Quarter Shop. I am really excited because the whole quilt is hearts, 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 everything hearts. So here's a picture of the Fat Quarter Shops, and then after that is a picture of mine. A little bit about this, if you're new to this, it is the 9th year, I think, of their charity sew along. They support Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish is always by an area, so it's the area of Texas where the Fat Quarter Shop is located. And last year, all of you plus the Fat Quarter Shop's donations and Moda Fabrics donations all raised $120,000, which did 10 children's wishes. Just amazing. The ability for Kimberly and Kevin to be able to go in their local area and meet local families. So it sort of is really a nice way for them to run a charity event, a charity event. That's what this is. And so the blocks this year, if you've been doing them for many years, this year they're coming out one a month, and then you have to make a bunch of them. And so the first one is called Beloved. So this is the Beloved block. So I want to show you my blocks. Then I'm going to show you the fabric that I'm using, which is Gathering by Shelly Kavanaugh of Benartex, working with Benartex like I do. So there's a bunch of beautiful heart blocks. Of course, you know, February and hearts, yeah. And hearts are my favorite image. Favorite. Look at that. Love it. Green, look at the green. I love this green and navy combo. That green. There's turquoise and then a light one, and you can see the background here. It's inside and outside. It has a really sweet little pattern on it. So I'm going to stick my blocks up on the wall here so you can look at them while we're talking. The one thing about this charity is that there are quilts that are auctioned. And so my quilt is being auctioned, Kimberly's quilt is being auctioned, and I believe there are 2 other people sewing along, and their quilts will be auctioned. That means you have a nice sort of, you have a nice variety of styles of finished quilts that'll go up to raise additional money for the sew along. There they are. There is also a cross stitch portion of this. So if you are wanting to do that, all the information is today at my website. The blocks are free, but we ask that you make a donation to Make-A-Wish for the fundraiser. Okay, so let me show you the yummy fabrics that I'm working with. These are incredible. And then after that, I'm going to talk to you about Gina. So don't let me forget. So here is this beautiful navy. All of this, and there's also a guide that tells you what fabrics I have here, which are mostly fat quarters, and then a few other pieces. So I love that print. This circles, dots. That navy is just a gorgeous navy, the light blue, and then here on the pink you can see this is the pattern that's on the background that I'm using, and I'll show you that then. Light blue with the circles, and the floral is so fun. It's such a happy daisy, and I like this sort of pinky red. It's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Green, gorgeous green. Here is the teal with that same print, and that pinky red. A little bit more raspberry maybe. Gold, that green I just used, same sort of tile work kind of pattern. And then here is the background, so you can see it a bit more. It's kind of a white with a light gray etching, and then this is the backing. So you can do one along with me and make your blocks just like mine if you want to. If you can get these fabrics, or if you just want to pick up some of them and add to what you already have, you can do that. Now these quilts were generally, well, they have ever since I've been doing the auction for my quilt, Cindy Dickinson and her husband Dennis Dickinson would quilt them. Well, as you know, Cindy passed away in November from pancreatic cancer, and so she's not available to quilt, and Dennis doesn't really do that part. So Gina Tell, who is the owner of Thread Graffiti, is one that works with the Fat Quarter Shop, and she's a friend of mine, and Gina has stepped up and volunteered to quilt the quilt top for the auction. So I am so happy and so blessed to have Gina do this as part of the whole event. Now, Gina is an amazing long armer. She also does a bunch of other things, and recently she did a tutorial on doing a book cover, and she did like this sort of micro, I think it was an orange peel quilting on the book cover, but the book cover she did for the journal. And she did, the journal was a gift for Kimberly, so she did a book cover. Here's the journal, which is a super fun journal, really nice. You know, it's got by the month. It's if you love journals, and super big, wide coil, which I like, because as you stuff things in here, you need that coil to be big so it can still opens flat. But Gina's tutorial now is up at the Fat Quarter Shop. So I want to show you a picture here of what the book cover looks like. So if you've always wanted to try that, you can go watch Gina's tutorial. She also has done tutorials for machine quilting, because that's her jam, and you can find those all at the Fat Quarter Shop as well. So I am so happy to have Gina in my life and have her working with me on this project for the Fat Quarter Shop and Make-A-Wish. Okay, there's a bunch of other stuff. First, let me do a mail call. Mail call. I had a very sweet note from Marge. Thank you, Marge. And Marge is in New York, and she also sent me some inspirational paperwork to take a look at. So I appreciate that. Mwah. I also got a beautiful package from Anna in California. So first, look at the card. Yeah, the envelope. So she sent me this super cute mug rug. Look at that, with the hearts. And this darling thread catcher and pin cushion. So you know how these work, right? So you put that on the side. She even lined it with plastic. Look, it's red with the polka dots. So this all gets put on the edge of your table here. Let's see if I can just do that real quick. Yeah, so there. So here would be, you know, it hangs over. This flap here has like for pencils or a little bitty pair of scissors. There's a little thing so it doesn't shift. This is a pin cushion, and then the thread catcher. And then she also added this vintage earring, which was part of her mother-in-law's collection. Isn't that gorgeous? And it goes so perfectly. And then she also got hold of my sweet tooth. She sent me some See's candy, because, you know, California. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Mwah. What else do we have? I am working on the Valentine sew along. So before I talk about that, let me show you the quilt. I did get it basted, and I have a short little clip of the batting. So let me put this in so you can see it. So I have a big bag of larger batting pieces. So they're kind of like edges that came back, or things that I cut here at home for projects, and they're just a little bit, you know, like pretty nice wide pieces. So I decided for the Valentine quilt, I would use these up, because it's going to be a wall hanging. So, you know, it's really not something I have to worry about where the seams are, anything like that. At least for me, I don't. So what I'm going to do is I took a few of these out and I just laid them down. I'm working on my Harmony. This is the backing I'm going to use, my Harmony Pink. And I just took the long pieces and then I trimmed them off. When I got out here, I trimmed them off. So each one of these, there's 2 of them, has another piece that's, you know, long enough that I have now all 3. I can do 3 of these, and the third one will be in 2 pieces. And what I do is I just overlap it. So I'm not trying to do anything fancy. I'm not using any fancy tapes or anything, although I do have a little sample here to show you. Where is it? I've been saving this to show you. Here is what some of the tapes look like. So you could make them, you know, your battings go right next to each other, and then you can put these batting tapes over them. But I am not going to do that. I am just going to overlap them. And then I will be sure that I wouldn't do the wave stitch. I will do it over this section. See, now this one I might just trim a little bit, since it's goes like this, goes here, and then it curves up. So I might just go ahead and trim that one a little bit straighter so that I can do the wave on there. And then when I get to the third one up here, I will take the two of them and they will overlap a bit here, and then of course they will overlap at, you know, about in the middle or so, wherever I put it. I probably won't put it in the middle. It'll probably be like 2/3, and then the other part over here, which is 1/3, will get the other piece like this out here. There we go. And then I will just spray base this for the Valentine quilt. I just used those pieces, and now I am almost done with the wave stitch. So here it is. I'll turn it sideways, maybe you can see the wave stitch. And up close, what I've did one section going basically using the lines of the heart. So going across the lines of the heart. And then, so that's from this part up, whether you can see that well, how much is quilted. Then I decided last night when it was about 9:30, I'm like, I really want to go between all of those so that you see some stitching in the strips of the hearts. So I started going between it. Now, how long did this take? I probably started about about 5:30 yesterday and did about an hour. I did about an hour, and then I started again and in the evening and did about an hour and 15 minutes. So that's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I probably have another 15 minutes to finish all of the wave quilting across this, from this section up. So let's say that's about 2 hours to baste it, and I did spray basting, and then quilt it with the wave stitch. So that's pretty darn good. I already have the binding made that I showed you. So I already have that. And then the strip for the hanging sleeve from the backing, I'm using my Harmony from Benartex. This is my fabric line of wide back, so I'm using that. Okay. That will be done then very, very soon. So one of our friends suggested for the leftover cutaway triangles that maybe the stars I was making would fit inside a bigger star. Well, I have enough triangles to do 2 big stars. So I'm like, okay, let's play around. So I think they will fit in here. And then I had 2 extra hearts because I got all 4 of those done. And then I'll put a strip between here. I'll take the light, which will mimic what I did on the quilt here, using the light strips for the sashing, or the inner border rather. I will use those all the way around the outside and have a table runner, plus these 4 pieces in the corner, 4 little half square triangles. That left me only 2 half square triangles. Yes, that is effective. And so I can just get that quilted up and enjoy that as well. I still have enough pieces left from the layer cake. So I've got, let me take these guys off here. So on this layer cake, I still have a few. So I have a few pieces left, and these lights, some of those will go. So I'm going to cut up the darker ones and make more scrappy binding to do the binding on that. And then we'll see how much is done. And I might use part of it then for backing. I probably won't. I'll probably just use the Harmony. So that might just go to my friend who will take the extra fabric, whatever is left. So I've used up, you know, pretty much all of it. So that's pretty good. I had one last thing, no, 2 last things. Okay. Somebody asked me in the comments, one of our friends asked what happened to the baby quilt that I was going to do. And well, I got sort of waylaid, and I decided, well, I got the top done, and I thought, well, I don't know if I want to do the more work. I don't know if I want to put her name on it. Da-da. So I just decided, well, I'm not doing it. So I just put it in my bin of tops. But the question got me thinking. I thought, well, let me get it out. So, so I got it out, and here it is. And then I thought, okay, yeah, I actually still like it. I think I may have gotten to the point where I'm just like, I don't know, it wasn't talking to me or something. So I got it out, and I thought, all right, I am not going to do the name because I would just want to get it quilted. So I have, this is the postage stamp pattern at the Fat Quarter Shop. I think it's a free one. I'm not 100% sure on that off the top of my head. But I have these strips. These were the honey buns, so they were the 1.5 inch strips of pre-cut. I will cut these and do a border and binding. I think I have that. And I have the yellow that I got for backing. So I will get all that ready. And if I work my little butt off, I can I can get it in the stack to go to Judy. So when she comes back from vacation, I can send her, like, 6 quilts. So, and for those of you like who, right now I'm sending a lot of things right now out to be quilted because I had sort of a group of time where I didn't really have anybody to do my quilts after Cindy passed away. So I needed to kind of regroup, and now I'm able to send the things to Judy again, and that sort of freed me up to like, okay, we got to get all these things done. Because remember, I'm a business, so these are all part. Getting these quilted is part of my business. It's so when you hear me talking about it, it's not hobby quilts. Everything I do is part of the business. Okay, one last thing. I have this hustle bustle, these little shoe flies, the little baby shoe flies, and I need to get some more parts of them cut so that I have them to sew while I'm sewing other things. The problem is I haven't had that because I need to go in. This was a gift one of you sent me, one of our friends sent me, one of the anniversary tins from C's, and here I have the blocks I've made so far, and then inside are all the half square triangles from the Hustle Bustle, which is the quilt that's hanging on the wall in here in the studio right now. These are all the cutaways from that. I need to do, I have a few of the white that goes in the corners, I mean in the middle here, for the shoe fly, but I need to cut the centers because I'm loving, for the most part, where is it? For the most part, I'm trying to put like a little part of the images of the people and doing it all in the red. So here I have this big piece of this. So I need to cut a bunch of those up. And so that has to be done. That has to be done now because I'm wasting good time on it by not having them over here ready to go. So this bag is going to stay out so I can go ahead and get all of those things cut and be ready to go. So this is what I've been doing. This is what I do. This is what I do. But I'm very happy with this. I want to get it done because it's February, and this will be a top priority. Get this finished up, get that binding on, and then make the table runner. And then I probably will change out the quilts because I want to hang some in the living room. So living room and the hall, the stairwell that goes up to the hall, which is probably where this one will go. Then I can see it, all the time. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay, Heartfelt, yes, is the charity quilt along that kicks off today. Be sure you go and download the block. The link is at my website, and you make, how many of these do we make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We make 5 of these, and you have the month of January to do that. Probably will have a reminder somewhere along the way, and then the first Friday of every month will be, I think it's for most every month, will be the next group of blocks to make. And you'll see the little schedule at my website. I put a little picture up there too of that. Oh, the other thing you have to do is go over to the Fat Quarter Shop's blog today because they are featuring designers each time they release a block that are sewing along, and today I am featured, so I did a little thing over there, so be sure you check it out. Link is at my website and below in the description box here. All right, my friend, I love you. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. Mwah. See you online.